What's up YouTube? Today we're memeing around with a Mr. Negative deck that is definitely on the fun side. First of all, there are some Series 5 cards in this, Shadow King and Zabu, but don't stress if you don't have them. I'll come up with replacement options in a second. Let me just explain the core deck idea first. So I had this idea of building an unconventional Mr. Negative deck that actually makes use of reverting the Goblins. Keep in mind that Mr. Negative inverts the power and cost of all cards in deck, but cannot go into negative values as energy is concerned. So the Goblins turn into 0-3 as well as 0-5 statted Goblins. Generally, we would not want to send them over to our opponent's side because we're buffing them up. But how can we make sure that they either stay on our side or they still hinder our opponent? We basically have three good options of keeping them on our side. We can play Cosmo and then play the Goblins there so they don't desert us and go over to our opponent's side. We can play them the same turn as Professor X. You gotta play Professor X first and then the Goblins afterwards so the Goblins don't hop over before Professor X locks the location down. Trust me, I've been there a couple of times. Learn from my mistakes. The third option that I was testing for a little bit was playing Wong in this deck, which is also arguably the most funny way of ensuring that the Goblins end up on our side. What I really liked about this though is that this is the first deck where I ever thought that Shadow King kinda would make sense, because we can later on combo, send the Goblins over to our opponent, clog them up, and if they do end up on our opponent's side, we can finish and close out the game with a Shadow King, catching them by surprise and reverting the Goblins to their original -3 and -8 power. Besides that, Shadow King can also be good against Angela, Sunspots, Bishops and the likes. Just keep in mind that it also can debuff your own cards again. So with that being said, if you don't have Shadow King and Zabu, I would replace them with cards like Wong and maybe some more on-reveal synergy. Iron Man also felt kind of replaceable, so maybe play some stuff like White Tiger, Ironheart, Wolfsbane there. I was also playing Jane Foster for a while. Does make sense in the deck because the Goblins will turn into zero-cost cards in the deck, and then Jane can draw Goblins, Iron Man, Mystique. You could even tech in some fun stuff like Morph or Taskmaster is what I was trying early on. Any zero power cards basically work. And you can of course also add a one-drop like Sunspot or Bast in this deck if you want a bit more consistency and make this deck a bit more streamlined. So again, this deck is definitely rather on the meme side. The combos are way too inconsistent for this deck to consistently win cubes, but they are super fun if you do get to pull them off. I don't recommend this deck for climbing, but rather for fun and for farming some highlights. And if you want to see my own journey with this deck, I do have a bunch of highlights for you. Some fortunate ones as well as a bunch of unfortunate ones, and I can't wait to share them with you. Okay, we have the nut opener, Zabu into Mr. Negative. A lot of people would make the mistake to snap on turn 1 here. But we're not showing our opponent any card. We're not scaring them off. They're more likely to stay against the turn 2 snap than against the turn 1 snap. We're patient here. That felt like a bot. Yeah, that is a bot. Mr. Negative right side is perfect. Okay, this is a slightly awkward set of locations here. We're gonna hope that Strange Academy throws stuff into killing, I guess. Okay, so I feel like I definitely want to... Yeah, no, it has to be Goblin. Goblin Psylocke kind of makes sense. Next turn we're playing Jane, and then we can pop off with the Goblin comp. Ooh! Okay, now it's getting dicey. So I guess our opponent is playing Mr. Negative themselves, but with Domino? Oh, okay, we can actually do the combo. We have Hobgoblin and we have Shadow King. Oh, we might not have location space though. I don't think we have location space here. Oh right, they all get moved. Never mind. We do this, right? We absolutely do this. So it would have to be Hobgoblin first. Then immediately Shadow King. Then more for the high roll. And then Taskmaster for the win. This is gonna work out perfectly, right? Professor X Hobgoblin, right? Also works, but I kind of want to give them the -8 power Hobgoblin. There's still one more turn. I know, but we won't be clogged. Let's try this. Let's see if it works like I was hoping it works. It's brilliant! This is the most broken combo Marvel Snap that was ever invented. Look at this! We just win on tiebreakers here. Too bad we were up against the bot. The absolute dream combo. Well, at least we're getting 8 cubes for it. Okay. So playing Goblins regularly is gonna be good in this location. Avengers Compound. I think I want to keep a bit of space open. I'll just play Zabu blindly. With no Mr. Negative in hand, I don't really want to snap yet. Although Jotunheim favors us. Could get behind snapping, but I think I want to wait one more turn. Because our deck is like significantly weaker without Mr. Negative. Okay, when are we gonna play Morph? We'll figure something out. The issue is on turn 5, Hobgoblin has to go left. We can't play in Jotunheim. And I have to Morph this turn. I don't really get other opportunities. Double Morph, let's go. I don't even know if that's good or bad for me. So we have Shadow King final turn to get rid of the debuffs. Taskmaster is useless here. Professor X middle? Nah. Well, I have to play left side. Oh, jackpots. Oh, also delayed negative. They only get one draw. Battle of the Titans right here. Okay, I can't Goblin middle anymore. Taskmaster is -8. All of my plays are really bad. Something like this. We have initiative. Should probably even put both to the right side. Yeah, I feel like my opponent's gonna play some stuff middle here. You know what? This is kind of cool though. Let's make use of Shadow King while we can. Ooh. Ooh. We're winning middle, let's go. Oh, thank goodness I played Shadow King middle. Shadow King won us 2 games in a row, chat. 2 in a row. Card's absolutely broken. How could they ever print something like this? How did this go through quality assessment and playtesting? You might not be able to see this, but I have a bit of a tear in the corner of my eye. That was a blow to my dignity. Ramp! Damn it. Daredevil Hood is probably not... Oh, it's the Thanos bounce type of deck, like Thanos lane control. So I could Cosmo right. We do have priority. Try to shut down all the stones. The other play is Goblin middle. I think I like this one more. I can keep the Cosmo to potentially keep the Goblin on my side later on. Carnage setup, maybe? No. Okay. Thank goodness they didn't beast the Goblin. Okay, so they're definitely playing Demon middle. There are only 2 good draws left in our deck. Iron Man and Hobgoblin. I guess Psylocke wouldn't be too horrible. Okay, it's not bad for us that our opponent draws with Asgard because we're getting their cards. Okay, is this a Hobgoblin Shadow King angle? I don't think it is because our opponent has Daredevil powers here. To me this feels like Hobgoblin Professor X. What other way around? X Hobgoblin. What else can we do? No, I'm pretty sure it's just X Hobgoblin. It's easy for our opponent to beat though because we know they have another demon in hand. Oh, this Daredevil kinda crushes me. YOLO. Just for the style points. I wish we would have drawn Iron Man. Iron Man Mystique would have been the play here. What are you? What have you done? Even Mr. Fantastic just... What? Okay, I think that was a shame concede. I don't know what the idea behind this Professor X was. They might have not really looked at the... Oh! They probably clicked on the Hobgoblin and thought it was not inverted. Because it pops up like this. Because you know like how Daredevil makes everything really blurry? This deck is broken. Julio is bringing the thunder. Gambit could be an interesting one. Okay, we have Rampant to Mr. Negative, so we're surely snapping here. And we have Jane. Okay. We have a bit too much stuff in our hand though. Gonna have to play some to clear out some hand space. Okay, it's gonna be a bit tough with location space management, but goblins in the middle are gonna be great if we find them in time.
Face the might of Asgard.
Mjolnir. Gambit is tempting, but I don't really want to discard anything here. And I can't risk discarding Mystique, so it's just Ghost Morph. I roll, please. Oh, our opponent's playing a bunch of small stuff. That increases the odds of Morph hitting something big. A randomly generated Swordmaster by the hub or Camp Lehigh. Okay, that's great. Okay, that was the hub. This was Camp Lehigh. Ooh, Angela counter, Sunspot counter. Jane Foster right now would only draw Green Goblin. I think it's too late to Jane. Although it is 8 power. The sad thing is Mystique doesn't have a target anymore. I like Hobgoblin more though, I gotta say. Float. Ah, so this might be some She-Hulk deck. Okay, so Shadow King left is actually good. Middle is lost. Question is 8 power on the right side enough? Gotta hope here. Gotta hope. This is definitely some mad copium, but we have to try this. Because I feel like our opponent is gonna be inclined to play some stuff left and some stuff right. Shadow King makes Angela 0. Yeah, but it's still very hard to come back in the middle. Oh! Oh no, they're a bit too tall on the right. It was almost perfect. Frickin' Iron Man discard. Bzzm. A lot. Okay, we have Cosmo for Galactus, Professor X as well. Hobgoblin as well. Oh, it's so Galactus. Galactus is such an easy matchup for us. Ooh. Do we want to bait them in? Nah. I think we'll go for the straightforward play here. Otherwise, Dr. Octopus is too big of a problem next turn. So Mr. Negative would invert Morph or Mystique. Cosmo mid. Our opponent didn't ramp yet. They don't have Galactus online.
I am Iron Man.
That is perfectly fine. Goblin, please. Prof X will do though. And we got the inversion. Oh no, Cosmo blocked it. Never mind. Still works though, GG's. Just recognizing the matchup and snapping early was very important here. Even though we never got Mr. Negative online. Kinda changed our game plan. Come over to US West. I'm on the US East server though. I can't. There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, snap.
Please don't Cosmo me. Play Wong. Oh, I already played Wong earlier today. Wong did not feel very strong though, because the goblins were literally the only target. It kinda sucks to give up the flooded location, but we'll be fine. We already have two ways of keeping the goblins on our side, right? With Cosmo and Professor X. And we also have an additional way with Shadow King of making them useful if they go to our opponent's side. So also playing Wong is just a bit of overkill in my idea. In my opinion, rather. What we could do is play other Wong synergy cards instead of Iron Man Mystique. And maybe even cut Daredevil. Okay. Junk Control or what? Patriots? Hehe. I think I just win if I go Daredevil, Cosmo now and then Mystique next turn. I'm a bit scared of Doc Ock middle, I guess. Or like Hobgoblin. Or do we just go for the combo here? Kinda liking this as well. This is probably... I don't know if this is a better play, but it has more style points, that's for sure. Nice. Okay, pretty sad final draw. 6 cards in hand. That's a possibility here. Kinda like filling up the left side though. Let's try this. Just hope our opponent doesn't go tall in the middle. Okay, well, in this case it made sense. Oh, the Cosmo Mystique play would have actually worked, kinda. Unlucky. It's a main deck Ultron in a junk control deck. Although this could just be standard Patriot, now that I think about it. But Debris, just Storm as attack choice. Ebony Moss, usually either Soren. Okay, let's go for the Daredevil outplays. Rock. I think I like snapping this. I think Gambit is worth it here. There isn't really a good hit. Gambit would be the best hit and it clocks my opponent, so it's not even really a good hit. Bzzz. Yeah, I'm either Hobgoblining or Professor Xing here. Both win. Like Hulkbuster Polaris left. Titania comes back to me. I don't think this can lose. What the actual... She doesn't flip if you play Hulkbuster? Okay. I guess Gambit Polaris was the play. Oh my goodness. Zuchits. If we draw Mr. Negative, this is looking quite good for us. Oh snap. Our opponent also did not draw a card from Hell's Kitchen. They don't have draw advantage on us. This is just gonna be a Cosmo. Wait, Invisible Woman into Big House. This could be Cerebro. Definitely Cerebro. Still want a Cosmo left in case they play Mystique here. Bang won't have a target. Huh? It is this card. Why would you play Invisible Woman left? We can lock down the right side now. Can also always Goblin left just for power. Question is 3 enough? I'm a bit scared of a random Helco or Captain Marvel. I guess I should maybe do this. Oh, we needed priority here. Oh my goodness. What's up, Astrocat?
Escaped.
Oh, that was painful. We got close to the absolute nuts. It was also a coin flip on who gets priority. If we would have lost that, if we would have won that coin flip, we would have shot them down perfectly. I would have looked like a genius here. Okay, so Psylocke now is a trap, because we're not actually ramping into Mr. Negative.
Oh, snap.
Mr. Negative isn't even that good anymore. We're already drawing, like, we have all of the cards in hand that we'd want to have inverted, except for Greek Goblin, I guess. Okay, we're not getting the rock. Cable Maria Hill Bishop. This is a bit of a wild deck so far. Chang is gonna be great for Throne Room. Kinda hard for us to get a lot of power online right now. Sure. What? I mean, the Green Goblin was stolen.
I still believe in heroes.
Okay, in order to avoid being stream sniped, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna let time run out here. And then I lock in my play on the final turn. Lost Streamer X for sale has a snipe screen that shows a screen full of rocks. Oh, maybe I should get something like that. I mean, I feel like most of the time it's just paranoia, to be honest. I don't think we're getting sniped as often as we think we do. Shoot. The bishop actually beats me. One power, you gotta be kidding me. I'm pretty sure the Heimdall was randomly generated too from Nick Fury. It is pretty hilarious though. We believe in the top decks. A little harder for negative. I'm trying, Aikado. I'm trying. Somehow I keep missing that play though. Okay, Plunder Castle is the goner. Gonna have to win middle and left. We have priority even. What tempo, Shang? Ay. I'd rather keep Shadow King, I think, in this situation. Yeah. Doesn't this kind of win? There's no way they're filling up Grand Central, right? Look at this! The Shadow King tech! It doesn't matter anymore. I'm pretty sure this game's over. I don't think I should be snapping here. This just makes my opponent run. Just play one garbage card and then I Shadow King. So, are you staying? No, come on! Come on! The one time Shadow King is actually gonna carry us through the game. And they just run. Oh. Goblin power. The thing is, if it's a Shuri deck, they play Cosmo right side this turn. But this is too fun to not do it. If they Cosmo, we retreat. Snap into the play then. If it wasn't Shuri slap, I maybe would have snapped. Lulululululululu. Okay. Hoping to clog them on 1 or 2 locations. That's fairly likely to happen. Let's hope for the best. Can you please give me an Iron Man top deck? I hate Shuri decks so much. Okay, Shadow King? Wait, how much is Shadow King left? My own Hobgoblin is a menace here though. The question is Shadow King better than Shang? Depends on what our opponent plays, right? They play a bunch of very small stuff, Shadow King is better. They play 1 big card, Shang is better. But we saw most of their big stuff. I think we try this. Is that enough? I think we beat this. Carried by Shadow King. Telling you guys, this card is broken. They gave you Titania. They really expected us to play a card right, I guess. Can't believe this worked out after the Hobgoblin did not work out. But hey, we take those.